Hello, loves, and welcome to this message. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium and oracle prophetess. Welcome. If you're here, obviously this message has shown up for you into your awareness as a divine mirror, reflection for answers, confirmation, info, clarity, whatever it is. So welcome, my loves, for being here. The title should reflect the downloaded energy that I'm sharing here in this moment. So you guys will already kind of have an idea. This is about primordial souls, and the word primordial itself is like from the beginning of time, essentially. It's ancient. It's like some of the souls walking on earth right now are primordial souls. And that's what this message is about. It's like a soul that's been here since the beginning of time. And, whether your soul has, and this is like all incarnations. This is like you being in different dimensions, star systems, I don't know, all the logistics of the higher realms, okay? We'll say like when your soul's floating around up in space, it's just your primordial. And that's why, and this should also reflect in the message, that's why you've always had a very nonchalant attitude and energy around the 5D, around material things, money, ego. Like you've always been able to see through it and see the truth of it. Even when prior to your awakening, you didn't realize how on point you were with seeing through it and with seeing through people and behaviors and patterns and cycles. Like you could see it, but not how you see it now, because you were still in your soul human amnesia, but you're not anymore. Because of the soul that you are, a primordial soul, very connected with primordials, you're very connected with other primordial souls. For many of you guys, for me, the way that I've been shown it, especially with like twin flames and a lot of ancient souls that are here, we are literally, many are older than Earth herself, planets, okay? You might be older than Saturn, you might be older than Jupiter, you know what I mean? And to the human logical brain, that sounds insane, right? But on a soul level, we know. That's also why you are so triggering to people your whole life. And I've done plenty of readings on this before about being a star seed or a light worker or whatever. And, your energy just being triggering, that's just normal. That's just how it is with our energy and our frequencies, even before we awaken and start our healing journey. We've always been highly triggering. The light will always irritate and trigger the demons, right? Meaning the darkness in others and in the world and things like that, What I'm receiving, uno momento. What I'm receiving is that you've been able to see through the triggers, it's even before your awakening, you could dissect someone's behavior and their behavioral patterns and the way they speak and project and act and talk. You could literally it's X-ray vision, okay? So that's the group of people I'm talking to right here, okay? So I know you guys know, if you're here, if you're still listening, if you are new, my channeling and what I'm pulling through from the ether, that's for me, that's always the most important part. I say I'm the lead singer and the cards are my backup singers. So, and right now the universe is it's doing we just had a powerful reboot energetically. I'm sure a lot of you guys felt it over this last week, okay? We have a huge solar hole on the sun right now. I just saw there's a page that I follow, and she's only on Facebook, so I follow her. Actually, I think she has YouTube too. but it's like Schumann resonance with Marguerite or something. But I love Marguerite. She's super insightful. She's very intelligent. This is like literally her job is to watch the sun's activity. So she knows all the things, but like we just had an energetic reboot. I felt it, and the way that it came through physically was it kind of knocked me down. Like it kind of knocked me down physically, like where I'm transmuting a lot as I reboot, as I recalibrate and I reboot into the more ascended, higher Erica. So like right now, like I'm sick, I had to start taking antibiotics, which you guys know me, like I don't do Western medicine stuff unless I absolutely have to. And yes, of course, Western medicine has its good parts and stuff, you know, but for me personally, I don't take anything like that unless I absolutely have to. And this was one of those cases where I felt I have to. So every time that we have a dis-ease of any type in our body, that's our body is strengthening, it's recalibrating, it's purging, it's transmuting, right? So it all kind of hit as these energies intensified. And I think a lot of you guys are feeling it right now too. Yes, in the Northern Hemisphere, we are basically in winter, it's cold. You know, it is like cold and flu season and all that, but like this is like a physical energetic reboot and recalibration and purge. Now the other side of this reboot this week, it's like, I don't know you guys, but like it just feels like very significant on an energetic soul level. And from what I'm witnessing, the synchronicities are no longer just like synchronicities. Like for me personally, and where I'm at in my ascension journey, I'm not super impressed by angel numbers anymore. I love them. I'm grateful for them, but I'm not like, oh my God, like I was like 4 years ago, you know, when I see 222 or 444 numbers are repeating, I just know that's communication. It's normal. It's fine. But the signs and synchronicities are because of the fact that the 5D is here. It is merged into the 3D now because of us. So we are now very quickly watching all of the 3D stuff fall away and literally be ripped and revealed in front of our eyes. It can no longer be carpet swept. Things are being like the explosions are happening in any kind of karmic cycles like that, right? Like we can't take it with us into 2026, into the number 1 year of the horse. So the messages, the signs, the communication, all the things that you're getting right now, it is so blatant. It is in your face. It is undeniable. They are telling you word by word, message by message, sign by sign, song by song, every single thing you need to know. And it's wild, right? It's wild. And I know you guys, trust me, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. There's literally not one thing anyone could comment down below and be like, oh my God, girl, like this synchronicity happened, and then this synchronicity happened, and then this synchronicity happened, and then this happened, that I would be like, that's insane. Like it is, it's insane. That's what I'm saying. But for me, like the shock factor of it, I'm just like, whoa, like that's crazy. But like, it's never like, you know, like it's just normal. It's normal. And that is our new norm. That is the new norm. It's the new norm. So, you know, it's right there in front of us. And the universe is showing us signs like crazy, like, you know, that like when I say pay attention to everything that's in front of you, I mean everything in front of you. Like, for an example, like I was on Instagram or something, and then something popped up in front of me. And whenever things are shown like in front of you like that, it's, you know, yes, I know algorithms and stuff, but you guys know what I mean. They put it in front of you for a reason. And that's what you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for like the algorithms and stuff like that, right? Because what happens is like, if you like a certain person's post or whatever at like a certain time of the day, the algorithm is going to clock that. And then they'll start showing you at that same time of day, they'll start showing you that same person's posts at that time or around that time every single day. It's how the algorithms work. Okay. So it's like, it's amazing, but like sometimes it's literally just algorithms being algorithms. So you have to discern, right? And that's the problem with all this stuff. Okay. It's literally, and that's kind of the point of all the AI algorithm. It's trying, it takes the magic. It's trying to mess with you, kind of a thing. mess with your head. And we have to, who I'm talking to, these primordial souls, you can see right through it. You can see right through it. That's like the new like ego thing that like now is like a new thing because of AI. Now, anytime you like post something or share something and it's AI, the people you're sharing it with, or that, you know, their ego feels the need to tell you, this is AI. Oh, that's funny, but it's AI, just so you know. You know what I mean? That's the new norm now, right? So I'm just like, no, I get it. I can see through all that, but that it's still funny, right? So my point is you are someone, I don't know why I'm hearing interlock and then I'm getting unlock. So this feels like, this is crazy because I'm literally receiving in this moment spinal genetics, spinal codes, spinal genetics in the spine, in the spinal column, in the vertebrae. It's the energy that flows up through the spine. Okay, so what I'm literally being shown in this moment is that for many of you guys tuning in, the primordial souls, the ancient souls, the ones who are the wanderers, the high priests and priestesses, the astral cosmic wanderers and nomads of the galactics and of Earth. Like, you guys have been everywhere. You've seen it all. Like, that's why I honestly feel like, for me personally, because I resonate with this message 1,000%. For me personally, having that like very primordial energy, that's why my shock factor, like newer souls and even like old souls who are awakening, like for me, the shock factor, it's like, I don't know. It's just, there's this level of, this is just how it is. This is normal. Because on a soul level, that's how it is for me, you know? So I don't know, drop a comment if this is resonating. Okay, so Erica has shared her channeled message. Like what are some of the crazy things that are happening for you guys? Like, I can't even, the universe is literally being so literal. The universe is being so literal, so upfront, so in your face. Like, you can't hide, you can't carpet sweep, you can't deny. And it's not like all like negative stuff. Some of it is like negative karma, negative attachments, shadow that needs to be healed, this and that. But a lot of it is, I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's one of the big synchronicities I've been channeling for like 2 weeks straight is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. But like specifically 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are really powerful. And if you're seeing those numbers on repeat right now, it means that you have just, okay, that's, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. That they literally just confirmed, Erica, that's the interlock. It means that you just interlocked, you just locked in, very, very sturdy, very solid, very locked in to a really beautiful new timeline. And what I'm receiving is, in this timeline, you're already getting the signs and the messages about it. And so you keep getting messages saying stuff like, hold your focus, hold your vision, you know, don't pay attention to the 3D, you know, focus, you know, listen to your higher self, pay attention to the signs, because there's something about the 3D is false. It's illusion. It's old manifestations. Like the stuff that's in your 3D reality right now, like most of it, it's old energy. It's stuff that's old manifestation, stuff that you prayed for and wished for a long time ago. And so, you know, whatever's not meant to be there anymore, it's going. And the new stuff that you've been calling in, that's the interlocking. That's what's interlocked here. So, all right, let me give my lungs a rest for a minute. Let me shuffle and shake some cards. You guys, my lights are going nuts right now. I literally like not even 2 weeks ago changed my light bulb in my lamp. And it doesn't do this all the time, by the way. Like when I'm not channeling or reading, it doesn't do this. But like for like this whole last week, and like when I'm meeting with clients, it's kind of cool because those of you guys who are my clients where this happened, it was really specific and very confirming. But the light like is talking to us right now. So, you know, I don't know. And that could be something that's happening with you. Like maybe your lights are speaking to you. You know, for me as a fire priestess, I work a lot with the fire alchemy and fire elements and candles and bonfires and like that kind of stuff. And so for me, I speak a lot to my ancestors and my spirit guides and my angels through the candles, through the fire. And you guys know, if you've been here, I a lot of times I'll have a candle here, you know, and every once in a while I'll ask it a question or something, and it'll confirm, it'll dance, it'll go crazy, it'll confirm. So maybe that's a message for you. Maybe like, I don't know, I'm kind of getting like answers outside of yourself. Like, we know the answers that we seek are always within. Like, we are the universe. Like, we hold the universe. I mean, look at our eyes. Look at our eyes. Oh, by the way, you guys, that reminds me, my primordial friends, my beautiful ancient ones. First of all, I just watched, so there's an actress, writer, like director who I absolutely love, and her name is Britt Marling, and she was the creator of the show The OA. Very twin flame, very starseed light worker. If you guys have never seen The OA, you have to go watch it. You can stream it on Netflix. I'm sure it's available in other places where you can purchase it and stuff, but it's only 2 seasons. If you've never watched it and you're here watching this right here, I highly suggest. It is incredible. And I watched it way before, like now it's like popular. Like now, like a lot of people know about it, and starseeds and light workers are tuning in. But like, I know a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I watched it years ago, like when it came out. Several years ago, 3-4 years ago. I don't know what year it was. But anyways, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it confirmed so much for me at a time that I needed it. But anyways, Britt Marling, she's done other movies and other stuff. And she is a light worker. She is a freaking starseed, okay? And her work is incredible. And it touches the soul, not just the heart. So I just rented and watched a movie of hers called Origins. Okay. And that's what just reminded me, because I just said something about the soul and how we hold the universe. It's in our heart chakra. Our heart chakra is our gateway, our portal into our God self, into the universe. And then our eyes, like our literal eyes look like little individual universes. And that's what this movie was about. This movie was about past life recognition and past lives, and how the way she wrote it was like, I'm telling you guys, want to watch it. You guys want to watch it. It's about reincarnation. It's about love. It's about twin flame. It's about past life soulmates. They talk about like number signs, 1111. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. But they're doctors studying the eye. So it's I, like the letter I, and then origins, okay? And the picture, like it's I origins, and it's like the picture of like a big beautiful eye, like a pupil, like the iris and everything, okay? So you can rent it for like $3.99 here on YouTube, and I'm telling you, like, her work is incredible. And definitely, if you want high vibed, spiritual type stuff that you can connect to and watch, instead of like this dark false matrix crap that is streamed all over the place, you want to tune into the OA and definitely watch Origins, the movie. The OA is a show. Origins is one of her movies. I just saw 1818. All right. So with that being said, let's put some cards. I mean, literally, the eyes are the window to the soul. You know what I mean? And I've channeled, because I'm an Akashic healer, guide, channel, all that, right? So I do Akashic sessions where I take you back into past lives with it. The sessions are an hour, and usually 1 to 3 different lifetimes will come through. And it's just so powerful and so confirming and validating. And like every single Akashic session I've ever done, they're just like blown away because of how resonant and confirming and all the stuff that comes through. But I've talked a lot on this channel, and I've had people give, like, I don't care. You guys know me. I don't care. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and awareness of reality. But I've channeled, when I'm in the Akashic records and I've been reading for people, I have seen lifetimes where, one, we look not identical. It's not like we're the same person in the same body. But I've had many lifetimes where I've looked physically a lot like I do right now. That makes sense if you think about it, because a lot of times I'm going back into bloodlines where we've had the same genetics, blood. So we've had, of course, people have been born that have looked similar, or, oh, I can tell you're a part of that family. It's exactly what we do now when we look at a baby and they go, oh, you look just like your mother and your father, baby, you know? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We go all the way back. Oh, you look like your great grandma when she was a baby. It's the same thing, right? So it blows my mind when people like push back on that when I say those things, because it's truth. It's honest to God truth. And in that movie, I Origins, you know, they're talking about like the specific coatings and print, like what our eyes look like. And in the movie, when you reincarnate, you reincarnate sometimes with the same eyes, and those eyes are connected, the soul and the eyes are connected to many different other people who have also, it's the same soul but different reincarnations. You know what I mean? So anyways, I know guys, it's wild, it's insane. This journey is so cool, it's so magical. It's, you know, it is, listen, for us primordial souls, for us ancient souls, like even if it's not primordial, but I'm telling you it is, like many. And that's why, like, it almost feels like Earth, this is how I have felt with being on Earth, like ever since I could remember. I have felt like Earth is incredible, it's beautiful, I love nature, I love animals, like there's so much beauty to it, but like living in the world and stuff, like I've always felt super disconnected from it. I've always had this like, I don't like it feeling. It doesn't feel good feeling, okay? Like corporate world, the matrix systems, like all that. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And I always felt like, kind of like unimpressed. Like as if I was looking out at the world and humans walking around and doing all their things, and I was just very unimpressed by it. Meaning, it's like on a soul level, and this was before my awakening, on a soul level, I would look out and I would observe and I would go, this is so unimpressive. Like this is, like after all these years, after all these lifetimes, this is what you guys have done? This is oh my God, this is so unimpressive. I just felt so unimpressed. And it's probably because of my lifetimes where I've seen so many, you know, like I know on a soul level the potential of humans and souls, and to look out and see what they've done, it, you know, and this is before my awakening. So yes, I was coming from a place of more of like a judge, like more of a judgmental, but it wasn't. I've always had compassion. I've always had love, but yeah, 1,000%, I would look out and I would be like, this is it. This is what y'all came up with. Okay, I guess. Like that's how I've always felt. And I just think that's our ancient energy. I think our ancient energy, like we've seen so much and we've been on this earth so many times that to come back in this reverse, I call it reverse Atlantis, where we incarnate or we reincarnate, and this is like the fall of Atlantis, what we're living in, and now we're like, you know, moving into the golden age in 5D earth. But yeah, very unimpressive, very like, wow, okay. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys have felt that too. I just, like, I could look at like, you know, huge buildings and, you know, and I could like admire like architecture, but like, I'm just like, it always felt gross. It always just felt like, to humans, this is like, look what we've done, look what we've created. And to me, I guess on a soul level and just being a human here, observing it, I've always felt like, okay. So, I don't know. Let's see. The stellar gateway activation, infinite potential manifestation vortex. Okay, so we're literally like in the vortex energies of 1212 portal. There's a lot going on. Like we know that energy is wild. This is insane. Okay. What this is saying is that you right now, like your manifestation potential, you're in a powerful manifestation vortex. And that's why I said earlier, you're probably getting a lot of signs and messages about like, hold the vision here and don't like get caught up in the outside noise. Like keep your eye on your vision. Okay. Also, there could be something about obviously Egypt. Yes. Many souls who are on earth. You guys, to me, it's not wild and it's crazy. And it's not like, I don't want to say it's not special, but I just see a lot of people out there in spiritual ego that like think they're very special. And that's just their wounded ego still that they haven't healed. But they think they're like, oh, I was in Atlantis. I was in Egypt. Like, we all were in Egypt. I'm sorry to like burst your bubble and poke holes in your like happy bubble and your like illusion bubbles. But most of the souls, especially us primordials, look at that. I accidentally just knocked this down, Justice, honey. If I could even, I can't even tell you how the universe is bringing justice in front of my eyeballs. It is insane. It is insane. It is insane. Okay. That's what I mean by the blatant, like you're waking up and you're going to start seeing things, and you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, am I in a different like reality? Like, whoa, because things are happening so fast, so quick. Did you see the light? They're being so revealed. And it's about karmic justice. It's about the scales of karma balancing, especially as soon as Saturn went direct, the Lord of Karma. He just went direct like a week ago. When Saturn went direct, whoo, okay, he cleared some major karmic, he brought up some major karma for situations, for people. Like, it is, okay. And this is like on a small scale, but like we're going to be seeing it globally. And as we move into 2026, it's going to get crazy. Like 2026, 2027, like here in the US, especially, like, okay, like, I'm not saying that to scare anyone, but if you're like a primordial ancient soul here, then you already know. I'm not telling you stuff you don't already know and see and feel. And it's because it's divine justice on earth. So that's what I mean. So it's funny that I knocked this down as I'm talking about like Egypt and all that. So like the souls that are like, you know, I know I'm psychic and I know I'm chosen and I know I was in Egypt. It's like, let me knock on your head real quick and let you know. We all were in Egypt at some point or another. We all have had lifetimes in Atlantis. If you're a starseed here on earth, unless you're like a newer star soul, because there are some new souls here for soul educational purposes and growth, because they're meant to experience this earth in a way that, you know, like they haven't had the experiences we have in the past. So this is like their soul learning right now. Okay. So there are definitely new souls on earth. There's ancient souls like us on earth. There's primordial souls. There's angelic souls. There's blue rays. There's stars. There's star souls. There's indigos. There's all these different, but we're all here doing the same thing. All right. And so no one's more special than the other. No one's journey is more special than the other. No one's more powerful than the other. We're all powerful ass souls, right? But like if you're an ancient primordial being, that means you hold very, very ancient knowledge and wisdom. And that's also why your life has been extra hard and you've been extra triggering to your family members, to the people around you. Because not only are you the curse breaker, but you hold primordial energy. And that's why you came into these bloodlines. That's why you chose your parents. That's why you did everything the way you did, because you came here to wake these people up. You came here to ruffle the feathers. And they will attack you and they will project on you and they will, you know, defend their egos, and they will, you know, if you protect yourself, if you stand up for yourself, then you're the bad guy and you're the bitch and you're the arrogant one and you're the, you know, know-it-all and you're, you know, you think you're better than everyone. And that's literally, and I know you guys know what I mean, and this has been going on your whole life, okay? And it's not that at all. It's just you hold that primordial ancient energy and you see from up here what they see down here. Okay. It doesn't matter if these people are awoken, if they are awakening, if they're not awoken, you're still seeing from up here. And it might really tick them off and, you know, but you're meant to stand up here. You're not meant to go down here and go down on their levels, because you being up here is what's helping these people. Infinite potential. So you've opened up a stellar gateway portal. Okay. So like right now, 12/12, everything there, what I'm specifically hearing is in this moment, what you want to be doing. If you know what you want to be doing, we have the full moon coming up. Obviously full moon is surrender, release, all that stuff. Right. But, I actually like manifesting, like with the full moon. I like manifesting before the full moon peaks, as it's waxing and growing and the energy is growing and growing. That's when I like to manifest a lot of times. And then on the night of the full moon or the day that it peaks, then I'll do some release and surrender work with the peak, and then the waning, as it starts waning and releasing. So that's just me. Everyone do what they want, but that's just me. So what I'm getting is that like you have really strong manifestation potential right now. In fact, you can instantly manifest. You're going to witness instant manifestation. Now that can be both good and bad depending on where your mind is at. If your thoughts are negative, Which also I want to say that a lot of that stuff is bubbling up to be recognized. So this time you recognize it, whereas before you didn't, you just felt it or you just reacted to it. This time you come up and you're recognizing, oh, this is an old program. This is an old wound. This is an old pattern. This is generational. So you recognize it now, which is beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. And then you have the ability to say, I choose now in this moment to honor this, send love to it, release it. And I recognize how far I've come because I'm no longer reacting the way I used to. It no longer has that control over me like it used to. It no longer affects me like it used to. And that is transcendence and ascension. All right. So let's get a couple more cards here. Sorry guys, but the bulk of this is definitely channeling. Another gateway activation. So you have Gaia, and then this one right here is like the stellar portal, the stellar gateway. Like that's like the cosmos, the stars, the, you know, the stellar energies. So it's like the 5D right now, like it's strong with your manifesting. So definitely hold those visions. Really look out. I'm getting specifically for 2026, the next 6 months of your life. 6 months from now, whenever that is, okay, like Aries, Taurus season-ish, okay, we'll say, what do you want to happen in your life? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be living? You know, what are your plans? How much money do you want to be making? You know, calling in divine union, having your heart open though. Both of these cards are portals in your heart. Okay, so it's like make sure your heart's open. Allow the dense stuff, you know, and you're going to get a lot of people projecting right now, because especially through this week. And then as we move towards like the 12-12 portal, you guys, I'm telling you right now, I've seen it. I see it. The energy is going to get insane, intense. We may even closer to 12-12 portal, the 10th, the 9th, the 8th, the 11th. We may even have some energy blackouts, you know, around the world, certain things from the sun, solar flares, that kind of stuff. I don't see anything to be alarmed about. I'm not saying this to create fear. It's quite the opposite. This is, you know, this is just, it's moving forward. We're going to see more of this stuff. So it's just, you know, I'm going to talk about it because that's why I'm here. I'm not here to hide my gifts and what I see because it's going to scare someone or this or that. You know, whatever I'm sharing with love and compassion, and I'm letting you know it's an FYI, okay? So right now, really think about what you want. How do you want to close out the year? What loose ends with the Gemini full moon? What loose ends from the last decade, basically? We'll just say the last 10 years. Okay, it's a 9-year cycle, but we'll go back 10. We'll say the last decade. What has happened in your life? What jobs have you had? What jobs have you lost? What people have come and go? What relationships have you been in? What pains? What, you know? And what is like loose ends of things that maybe you still need to do? You know, like, I mean, it could literally be like, I don't even know. I don't know. It could be like a project you started 2 years ago, and maybe right now the time is like, hey, let's just finish this little project that we started. You know, we started painting one of the rooms up in the bedroom, you know, upstairs or something. Okay, before the year ends, we're going to finish that room. We're going to finish it. We want to try to finish and close out anything we can before, you know, the Gregorian calendar clocks to 2026. Okay. So, and then Gaia. Okay, so Gaia is helping you a lot too, Mother Earth. She's speaking of learning experiences, wisdom transmissions. There you go. And then earth intelligence. See, I'm telling you who I'm talking to right now. Like, you have the ability to change lives. You have the ability to open any door. You have the ability to see anything that you want to see, to do anything that you want to do. We all have those like manifestation powers, but because of the earth intelligence and the wisdom transmissions that are opening and that are coming through, both from above and from below, the earth is sending up her transmissions as well, her Akashic records. Your Akash is opening more. You're going to start tuning into that more, remembering that more. And it's going to come through in the form of like passions, ideas, feelings, like, you know, oh, I feel really called to learn more about this, or I want to read about this, or I want to get certified in this, or I want to start this. Okay, that's how it starts opening you up and coming through, and that's how it shows up, right? Okay. And then bottom of the deck is the ancestral realm. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Because we are talking about past lives here, okay? And I want to get some more cards before we go. By the way, if you want to connect with me one-on-one, all of my reading options, spiritual services, quantum healings, all of the things I do are in the description box. Just send me an email and we will get you set up. It's that simple. Ancestral realm, karmic release. Yep. This is what's hitting right now. And this is what we got to tie up or release or get rid of before 2026 hits. Because if we're taking it into 2026 with us, it's going to be real ugly. It is. It's going to be real ugly. Life will not be fun. Life will not be fun. It's gonna hit you. It will. It's hitting the whole earth. 2026 is definitely like we're moving forward, and anything stopping us from ascending and moving forward, it's gonna be completely just blown out of the water. Okay. So sorry guys, I get so thirsty when I'm channeling. Healing the lineage and then boundaries. Girl. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, ancestors, for this confirmation. Honeys, look at that. What did I say? What did I say? And I'm talking about the primordial souls here, the ones that hold that such powerful energy. Like, that's why I don't mean it in like an arrogant way when I'm like unimpressed with the matrix. I mean it like it is unimpressive. It's idiotic. It's clownish. It's dumb. That's what I mean. And like, I have felt that way ever since I was little. I felt that way about adults around me. I knew I was more intelligent than they were. I could see how they acted like children, and I could see how they, they acted like kids. And many adults do. They act like children in adult bodies because their inner child is so broken and wounded. And you guys know what I mean by that. And we have been around that our whole life. And we saw it from a higher intelligence because that's who we are. And that's why we're here. And we're anchoring that intelligence, earth intelligence and cosmic galactic intelligence into earth. And it's not easy. And you do get a lot of pushback, and you have most of your life, you have people around you in competition with you or defensive. They are competing with you or they're defensive and controlling. But this is a huge karmic release. This is confirmation that you have done some major ancestral healing. Your ancestors, the lands, the earth, they're all showing up and they're honoring you. They're thanking you. Okay, so let's go ahead and end on, look, I just was going to say, let's end on a couple messages that are like, okay, what's incoming, what's, like positive, like what's coming in, like, let's see the incoming. And then as I look down, I see this beautiful star gathering card, and it's literally the stars aligned. The stars have aligned, and do you see all this coding and sacred like codes and light? Okay, you see that? Okay, that's inside of you. That's in your blood. That's in your soul blueprint. This is the transmissions. This is the stuff activating. This is the stuff that's recalibrating your body. You're literally stepping into 2026 as this new ascended higher self of you. And you can look back and you can easily see all these versions of you that you've been, all these characters you've played, all these identities that you created, to survive and to be in the matrix and to be around people and like, and you're done with all that. You don't care anymore. You don't give a fudge what they think, what they say, how they project. You don't care. And guess what? When you act like that, when you embody that energy of, I don't care, then you get called arrogant, rude, did this, and then you piss them off even more. But you, listen to me, Amor. Don't let them rattle you. You just stay in your heart. You just let them do their thing and you just stay in your heart. Don't engage. Diffuse it through your energy of stability and calm. Okay, that's okay. But if there's moments where you need to speak up, then you better speak up as well, right? We aren't here to like just be people's punching bags and doormats, which for a lot of our life, we put up with that from people. Remembering home and soul family. Now, the soul family, this is your soulmates. These are soulmates coming in. This is a part of your divine justice. So, and then it's also like the stars are gathering. The stars of destiny are aligning for you. For you. This is so beautiful. Okay. And then look at, speaking of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, memories of Atlantis, progress and technology. Yeah, absolutely. Progress through insane light body activations. But listen, I'm telling you right now, a lot of you guys tuning in, you're the light body activators. Like, that's a part of your work here. Just existing, you help to activate people, and the more you heal within, the more you're gonna trigger people, first of all, and the more you're gonna bring healing to people. Okay. It's not a cakewalk. It's not easy. You're not here to be loved by everyone and be Mr. or Mrs. Popular. Trust me. Okay. If I just pulled cards and did readings, and if I just delivered messages that everyone and their egos wanted to hear, my readings would have 50,000 views each. I'd be at 500K followers, okay? But I'm not that person. I have spiritual integrity, and I often will give messages of healing. I do not give messages that are going to feed the ego, and unfortunately, there's a lot of readers out here. That's what they do. They just deliver messages that get a ton of views, because what it is it's messages and titles that are feeding the wounded ego in people and the distortion in people. And that's not what I'm about. I'm the polar opposite of that. If you come here, you're going to get activated. You're going to get triggered probably. I might say things that trigger some, that's okay too, though. The triggering is welcome. The triggering means healing. Okay, but mostly you're going to get compassion, love, divine truth, empathy, like all those things. But I'm not going to sugarcoat, and I'm not going to say things because it's going to ruffle feathers or people aren't ready to receive it, because I've done that for the last few years. I've held back a lot of my downloads, and then I've watched them play out because I am prophetic. I've had other readers who follow me on Instagram and here. Hello, mi amors, my fellow readers. They're the ones, or those of you guys who watch my readings for the last, 4 years, when I talk about predicting things and then it happens, most of the time, I don't even know it happened. I don't even know when it happened. You guys are the ones that reach out through a comment or an email or a DM, and you go, oh my God, Erica, that thing, that volcano, that earthquake, that thing you were talking about in Thailand, You guys are the ones that let me know when it happens. And it's cool, so thank you for that. But that's my point, is I'm here to bring truth. And as we move forward on New Earth, you guys, this is a good channel to be subscribed to. This is a good channel to stay with, because for that reason, you guarantee that you can come here and I'm going to channel and share information that's going to really help. Okay. Feeding the ego doesn't help anybody. Okay. Like, it doesn't help anyone. But sharing divine truth helps everyone. Right? Okay. So, and in this reboot that we just had, I'm telling you something insane. I thought the equinox and all that, I thought that was like, that energetic reboot, and it did. It's the equalizer. It's been balancing, and now we're seeing more of the effects, but like something happened this week that was insane. It was insane. And it brought some major karmic justice to Earth. Major karmic justice to Earth. So us starlights, we need to be ready, right? We need to be ready. We are light warriors. We are not light hiders, hiding away and, dimming and being small and not speaking truth and no, we are light warriors. Like, me as a spiritual warrior, I'm on the front lines. I am gladly on the front lines. Because that's what it is spiritual warfare. And we are on the other side of it, okay? And I'm talking about evil energies. I know people say things like, it can't be evil if God's source is pure love. Yeah, I know. But these energies found a loophole at some point in time. And they have, up in the star nations or in their own little, they have a place where they have come from. And somehow they infiltrated and got into Earth. And they've been here ever since. Okay? You don't have to take that as your truth. That's what I've been shown. That's what I see. That's my truth. And I'm sharing it here because I've seen it, and I know a lot of you guys have seen it, and I've talked to other starseeds and mediums and, you know, oracles like myself that have seen the same thing. So you're not going to convince me that, you know, and yes, they've been infiltrated, they've been converted, like they have the ability for their souls to be saved once they go, okay, wherever they go. But my point is, yeah, there is real evil on earth. There is real evil here. And that's what we've been living and seeing for the last several thousand years and longer. And now justice is being served. And those energies, they can't exist here anymore, not inside of us and not on beautiful Gaia. Okay. And it's because of you. It's because of your work, your healing, because of every pain, every heartbreak, every betrayal, every time you've been knocked down and you've gotten back up again, every time your heart's been broken into a million pieces and you still chose self-love and I can get through this, and you chose strength and faith and you persevered every single time. And I know how much it's happened to you, because it's happened to me too. I know, mi amors. Every time you did that, you got us here. It's only because of you and us that this is happening. And it's a big deal. And you better believe that the universe has some beautiful karma coming your way. Because all the universe cares about, doesn't care about emotions and our feelings and, you know, if you're going to be with this person or that person, or if you're going to get that. It doesn't give a shit about any of that. The universe cares about one thing and one thing only: balance. It's constantly rebalancing, constantly balancing, constantly balancing. And that's what we've done. We are creating balance and harmony once again on earth. And so our rewards, okay, they're great. Look at that. You're moving forward to calmer waters now, okay? So, you know, there's been pain. You've learned lessons. There's been a lot, okay? King of Cups. You've mastered, this is like emotional mastery and psychic and like spiritual mastery. I'm not saying like you're a master, I'm a master. What I'm saying is like you've been mastering, and through your mastering and your remembering and it's ascended masters. You're an ascended master. So you've reached you're in a high frequency. This is high frequency. Now this could also be for a lot a divine masculine. This could be love, like, you know, that kind of a thing. And then Three of Wands. Three of Wands literally is a card that means your ships are arriving. They're on their way. Your ancestors are with you. They're helping to bring all this stuff in. Listen, your ancestors, your spirit guides, they're also helping to bring down divine intervention and justice. Like just a few days ago, I had to literally, which by the way, you guys, Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot, it's the holidays. There's a lot of scammer accounts out there, okay? Listen, if they try to reach you in the comment section, you'll know if it's me versus them, okay? You can tell. And then if you just click on the profile, the Gypsy Cowgirl, whatever, and it won't be like Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot, one word like mine. It'll be something different. Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot 1, Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot 32, like stuff like that, okay? But they are out and about. Like I had like 22 people message me on Instagram the other day because like 4 different Gypsy accounts were created that day, and they just started going crazy. So what did I do? I went in and I instantly called forth divine. I rebuked them all. And then I did a spell. I actually did a spell. I'm not going to say what I did, but I did a spell to enhance the energy and to focus it in more. And I literally called forth divine intervention, instant karma, instant divine intervention. That was my prayer. That was what I was calling forth to rid these scam accounts. And like all 4 accounts within like 10 minutes were all taken down by Instagram. That's never happened before. Like usually it takes them a while, they review, and then you'll get an update like 4 days later or a week later, you know, oh, we reviewed this account and we took it down or something. But no, all 4 accounts got taken down immediately. So that's what I mean by the instant justice and karma. Okay. Like, all right. Like those people were scamming and they were wrong. And it was you guys. Thank you, my loves, on Instagram. This happened on Instagram, but I had to block, like 2 weeks ago, I had to block a Gypsy Cowgirl fake account here on YouTube as well, okay? All right. Like you just have to look, you just have to click. Does this person have 50,000 followers? Do they have all my videos? No, they don't. You can tell very quickly that it's a new account. So I want to say that be very aware. I will not DM you. I will not reach out to you. I will not ask you if you want a reading. I don't do any of that because I'm a divine channel. Like I don't need to do that. None of us divine readers will do that because we know that the ones that are meant to work with us, they'll come to us. They will seek us out. They will find us. So I just want to protect you guys, okay? I've had issues with them before in the past, you know, and luckily I'm very protected. And so as a reader, I'm very blessed and fortunate. Like I've seen other readers where they get attacked bad with that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty fortunate with that stuff. But it has happened, and because of the holidays, it's happening right now, okay? So, you know, if you see it, just block them, report it. That's all. Look. Queen of Cups, look at that. You have divine counterparts, King and Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's the stars have gathered. The stars have gathered. Yeah, so they're letting you know here. If you're here watching this right now, we're about to end right now. Okay, your soul family is here. There's divine union here. You're on a divine union timeline. And I've channeled a few readings recently about that. One of the ones I just did recently, in the title, I literally said you're in divine union, because just like everything else, as above, so below, you have to come in divine union in the 5D before you ever come into union in the 3D. And then you have to come into union with yourself, you know? That doesn't mean like, are you perfectly healed? No, none of that. Okay. It just means you're in that frequency of divine union. And anyways, so there it is. There it is. There's also something about like red flowers, red roses, or the red hibiscus. The red hibiscus always brings forth Kali Ma's energy, and speaking of protection and that ferocity, that ferocious energy of Kali. Also Sekhmet, devouring the enemies, you know what I mean? And for me personally, like I don't consider anyone an enemy. I have people that are bad energy and that are dirty and I will never work with again or talk to, or, you know, things like that. But they're not, I don't consider people an enemy, you know what I mean? I just consider them, they just lack integrity, you know? And so Kali and Sekhmet and everybody, they're dealing with the scammers, they're dealing with your haters, they're dealing with people that want to bring you issues or problems. The people that have, you know, bad-mouthed you, that have, you know, a lot of that's coming through where people have bad-mouthed you and spoken bad. All of that. Okay, so like when you're gossiping or speaking bad about people, I don't care who it is, you're creating bad karma for yourself, not the other person. So just an FYI. But as you ascend and you're like in the energies we're in, like you don't do that stuff. You don't sit and like gossip about people and nitpick and criticize and like, you know what I mean? Like that's not who we are. We are good within ourselves. Like we don't do that because we're not still wounded inside, you know, trying to like dig at other people to make ourselves feel better. Like that's what they do, you know? So it's those people who have wished bad on you, who've hated you, who've spoke bad things about you, who've lied on you, who've, you know, they're all, I'm telling you, okay? So, and, you know, we're not here to celebrate that. Like, I honestly feel bad for people that do that to themselves because I know the karma's ugly. I know the karma they receive is bad. So, but anyways, so there's that, there's that. So there's definitely love here. You're moving forward to these beautiful calm waters now. You know, December might have a little bit of some shake-up energy, but the message is just to stay in your heart because your good karma, your dharma, everything is unfolding here. Your Shambhala, your heaven on earth, okay? Like the coffin, breakups, endings, divorces, okay? A lot of endings, but it's expansion, Jupiter energy. So you are actually rebirthing, okay? Everything, they're letting you know here, it's done, it's dead, it's over. So the past is over. There's this official like energy here of you're just all of that from this day back. It's done. It's done. It doesn't matter. Let it go because you're in this energy now. That's why you had 2 vortexes, portals of manifestation. You're in this very powerful energy. It's Wheel of Fortune right here. Expansion, growth, luck, making stable changes in life, destiny, a turning point, fortune, like all that kind of stuff. And it's optimism. You're meant to stay optimistic, see the light, keep staying in your heart. Every time something happens and it brings you down, go back into your heart. And then the Archer, which we're in Sagittarius season. For me, this is like always Sag energy. And it literally says on target. Okay, it also says matchmaker. So and we have love here. The universe is really, really, really working overtime to bring divine counterparts together. Okay, so it's really powerful alignment. All right, remember, interlocked. Okay, but you're right on target. And then it's just like, keep your eye on the prize. Like if you've ever shot a bow and arrow or anything like that where you need to aim, you don't aim with the arrow. You look at your target and you don't take your eye off that target. Okay, that's how it works. So there's something about that, my loves. Like, don't take your eye off the prize. Don't take your eyes off the target. And she's literally has this horse. We're moving into the year of the horse. So this whole, yeah, look, true north, destiny. There it is, your true north, master number 22. This breaks down to 11, the 11s, 11, 22, 22, 22, any of those kinds of numbers. The ones, 1, 1, 1, right? And then of course, like 1, 2, 3, like I said. And then you even have the sun card. You guys, I'm telling you right now, it says your life path, like knowing where you're going, making a plan, true north, seeking truth, finding your way. That's everything you've been doing. And now you're in alignment with your north node, with your soul path. And you know, you're here for really powerful reasons and to help a lot of people and to help Earth. Okay. And you're being called to step out of the comfort zones and the shells, baby, because if you don't, the universe will do something to make you step out of it. It'll force you, basically. So we have our free will, but it'll keep pushing and pushing and forcing, like until we budge, basically, or until we learn, or until we do something about it, or whatever it is, right? So, okay, I love you guys. Thank you, my loves, for being here. You are my soul familia. Like, you guys know when I say that, like I mean it. I really mean it. You guys, I've never been the woman, even when I was younger. I don't have, like, I'm not the woman. I used to make jokes like, oh, someday when I get married, you know, my husband, he'll have all these friends on his side and I'll have like one person because that's how I've always been, being ancient, primordial energy. Like, again, we've always kept our distance from people. We've always been able to see through people. We've never had really like large friend groups and, you know, where we've been all, you know, like, sure, we've had friends and we've, you know, you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean, exactly what I mean. I know you know. So thank you for being here on this journey with me. I honor you in your journey. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of us. I don't know why I want to cry right now. Sorry. It's just, it's the turning point that we've been waiting for, that you've been waiting for. And I see it so clearly and beautifully. So anyways, I love you guys. I'm sorry for getting all emo. But at least you know it's real. So, all right. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.